Hello again, everybody. This is Dan Clouser, and welcome back to the Journey of My Mother's Son podcast. Today I'm joined with my granddaughter, Elizabeth Croft, or better known as Lizzie. Lizzie, thanks for joining me today.
You're welcome.
And we're also joined with Youk as well. If you hear some panting in the background, that's him. For those on just audio, otherwise video, you can see him here. Lizzie is my walking partner, and we're staying at her parents' house right now here in Pennsylvania. And before we left, we would go out and go on a bunch of hikes, and we've been able to do that again. Up until today, we haven't really hiked into the woods. So today I said to you, hey, let's take a hike in the woods, and you were really excited about it. What made you so excited about going on a hike into the woods?
Especially around this time of year, you get to see all the flowers blooming, and there's this one big boulder in the woods, which is my favorite place to stop and rest.
Yeah, cool. So last year, like I said, before we actually left, you and me would take some drives in the RV up to Swatara Park up in Lebanon County and go on some hikes with Youk there. And we'd pack a lunch and have lunch in the RV and stuff like that. And what did you like most about us going, taking the RV up into Lebanon County and taking Youk on some walks?
Well, the walks were much longer, and it gave me plenty of exercise, and also it was a whole new place to explore, and I really liked the look of the forest and the nature. Yeah. I was never up there before I went up with you either, so it was pretty neat to go up there and see a new spot. Yeah. So, what were some of the things that you thought when we first told you guys that me and Grandma were going to sell our house and buy an RV and live in it? Well, I didn't really know. I was just kind of happy for you guys. Thought you guys would have a lot of fun traveling the world.
Yeah, cool. So you're 11 years old now. You're taking school virtually right now because of the coronavirus. What are some of your favorite subjects in school, and how have you been able to adapt to virtual school? Do you like it better than real school or less than real school?
Well, I would much rather real school, but I also want to keep my family safe and myself safe.
Yeah.
And my favorite subjects are like writing and reading.
Writing.
I really like writing stories.
Yeah. So you've written a bunch of little stories. So obviously that's something that we have in common as well, because I wrote a book and I'm writing a couple more. Where do you want to see your writing go?
Well, when I'm an adult, I want to be an author, and I want to publish books, kids' books, adult books.
That's awesome. And your writing is very, very good for just 11 years old. And I know you like showing us your writing. What is it that you like so much about both reading and writing?
Well, what I learned from reading new stories is I get some of the ideas from the other stories. Like when I read about a sad story, I get the idea for a sad story. And when I read like good or mysterious stories, that's what I decide to write about.
Yeah. Who's your favorite author?
Ron Roy.
Ron Roy?
Yes.
What are some of the books that he's written?
Well, the only ones I know of are A to Z mysteries.
Okay. All right. And what is it about his mystery books that you like so much?
Well, in the book, there's these three kids who are always figuring things out, and they take a bunch of steps to get to it, to figure out the mysteries. And for each book, the mystery starts with the letter of the book, the alphabet. It goes in alphabetic order for mysteries.
Cool. Trying to keep Youk from hanging himself here with our microphone cords, which has proven to be a pretty interesting task. Hopefully he's done doing that right now. Are you done there, pal? So today, like I said, we went up into the woods behind your house. You got to walk Youk a little bit, where I let you hold his leash. How did he respond to you? Because a lot of times he only likes walking with me.
Well, he did pull a bit at times, but I made sure I had a good grip on him, and it's really fun holding other dogs.
Yeah. So you have your own dog,
Yes,
Apollo, who's
Apollo.
a golden retriever, just like Euclid. Unfortunately, Euclid doesn't really like other dogs, so they're not really playmates. They just Youk just barks at Apollo every time he comes out. But what are some of your favorite things about when you're playing out in the yard with Apollo?
He gets very crazy, and then he's fun to play with. He'll go fetch the ball, he'll run around, play with me, and he also likes to he just likes to lay down next to me in the grass.
Oh, you like that, just laying in the grass with him?
Yes.
Especially on a nice sunny day, huh? That's cool. What are some of the things that you're looking the most forward to this summer?
Well, we can't really go to the pool, but we might be able to go to my Nana and Pop-Pop's pool, and that'll be nice and fun. And I also have a new bathing suit I can try out this year.
Oh, cool.
And I don't know, guess take care of the chickens, run around outside.
Take care of the chickens. Let's talk about the chickens a little bit. Seems how you brought it up. You guys have how many chickens here
15.
at the house? 15 chickens.
Yes.
And one rooster.
Yes.
That's a lot of chickens. So what are your responsibilities with the chickens?
Well, every morning I get up, I do the food and water, and I let them out into their run for the day. And then I check for eggs daily, and normally in the summertime we get like 15 eggs per day.
Wow.
But in the winter when they're molting we don't get much.
Okay.
So it's exciting getting a lot of eggs.
Yeah.
And I get to use my chicken apron.
Nice. So what does molting mean?
Well, it's basically when it's too cold for them to lay eggs.
Okay.
And sometimes they lose feathers during the molting process.
Okay. And just because it's too cold, they'll stop laying eggs
Yes,
for that time.
totally.
Okay. Nice. So we're in the early spring now. How are they? How many eggs are they laying right now, generally?
Well, in the morning, just in the morning, I would get like 3 eggs.
Right now. Okay.
Yes, and then I don't usually check until nighttime or in the middle of the day.
Okay. And then how many more are there the second time you check?
Like 5.
5. Okay.
That's a good amount for this time of year.
Yeah. And do you have names for all the chickens, or they're just chickens?
Yes.
All 15 of them have their own name?
Yeah.
And the rooster
Can't
has
keep
his own
track
name?
of all of them, but I know a lot of names.
Yeah. What's the name of the rooster?
Afro.
Afro. Okay.
He's a Rhode Island Red.
Rhode Island Red Rooster.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. So how did you learn so much about chickens and roosters? Just from when you guys got them, you wanted to do some research on them,
Yes.
or how did you learn?
I was very interested in the chickens, and so was my brother Alex, and that encouraged me to start reading about them and like researching them. I used to go outside and hang all day with them.
Yeah, that's cool. So I love that you took the initiative yourself to go out and do some research on them and find out about them and all that sort of stuff. So that's really cool. What are some of the other things? You guys have 3 acres here on at your property. What are some of the other things you like doing when you're not in school here around the house?
Well, we have plenty of frisbees and baseballs and soccer balls, so that I like to play sports in the yard. I like to build forts in the woods. I like to play on the swings, run around with Apollo.
Cool. Very cool. What are one of the things you like most about when me and Grandma are here camping out in your driveway?
It's fun having anyone over, and you always like to go on hikes with me, and I like to go on hikes with you. And I like how you always make those messes.
Oh, the breakfast mess.
Yeah, the breakfast mess.
Tell our listeners what the breakfast mess is. What the breakfast mess is.
Well, yesterday we had a big mess for everyone to eat, and it was delicious. And we still have some in the fridge.
Yeah. So you actually got some today too.
Yes.
Yeah. So the mess kept coming back and being able to feed you breakfast for a couple days, not just one day.
Yes.
Cool. Well, I'm glad I can make something that you enjoy eating for sure. So we're just about out of time. Anything else you want to mention before we sign off here?
No, I guess.
Okay. So I always ask all my guests a final question, because the title of the podcast is The Journey of My Mother's Son, with a subtitle of Many Little People in Many Little Places, which comes from the Michael Franti song Gloria, which starts out, when many little people in many little places do many little things and the whole world changes. So what do you feel in your young life one of the little things that you do daily to help make the world a better place? What do you think that would be?
I like being kind to the earth and learning more about nature.
Yeah, well, that's a great thing to help make the world a better place for sure. We've got to be kind to the earth and enjoy nature for sure. So that's a great answer, Lizzie. Very good. So thanks for taking the time out today to join me on the podcast. Thanks for being my walking buddy when we're here in Pennsylvania, and hiking buddy. And I know Youk, wherever he got to back here, decided to get into the shade, enjoys when we go on our hikes as well. So you make him happy too. So folks, as always, check out my blogs and other podcasts at danclouser.com. Lizzie, thanks again for joining me today.